I'm not the victim and I don't want to ever be the victim, right?
You just said,
Yeah.
I never want to be the victim.
Yeah, I
But there is someone out there with the ability to suffer the same as you,
Yeah.
who is the victim. And they are the victim because of you. How does that make you feel?
Are you actually doing something?
We are, mate.
Oh, okay, go ahead then.
We're filming for YouTube.
Oh, is it?
All right.
I'm a YouTuber myself, so go on, let's do it.
Okay, well,
What's up?
you came from that side.
Okay,
so...
do you want me to come again?
Well, no. What I want you to do, I want you to read the sign. Read the sign.
You're vegan, you support animal abuse, change my mind. Ooh.
Sit down.
Still want to sit down? It says change my mind. Go for it.
Change your mind about like eating. All right, so firstly, I grew up eating meat. I grew up eating fish. I grew up eating it, and I've realized personally that whenever I don't eat meat, and it just affects me.
All right.
Personally, you don't feel right. Your body don't feel good.
All right.
It's like that.
Would you be in agreement that that's a lack of education on your part?
It could be. Like there are some plants that you can eat that will supplement the protein and stuff like that, but that is long way around when I could just like get my meat out and eat it. Do you know what I mean? And it's lovely. I love meat. Do you know what I mean?
I understand where you're coming from, but I'm going to put it to you in a different way, right?
Go on.
Let's say your way causes unnecessary harm, violence, and exploitation and rights violation.
That's true.
There may be a little bit of a longer way, but by taking that little bit of a longer way, you no longer contribute towards exploitation, murder, and rights violation.
Whose right am I violating exactly?
The animal that you're eating, or the milk that you're drinking, or the eggs, the animal attached to it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there is somebody, right?
Yeah.
So we say cows, we say chickens, we say
Exactly.
pigs, but actually they're individual. There is someone. We put them in these big blocks, but there is someone. They're having a subjective experience of their life.
Okay.
They decide whether they're hot, they're cold, they're happy, they're sad, they have emotion, right?
Yeah, fact.
But for you to have that quick protein that you're conditioned to eat, by the way, I was the same.
Okay, go on.
It's easy for you, right? Because it's quick protein, it's easy for you to eat, but
Exactly.
that person has lost their whole life, their whole entire existence. Everything they have, their freedom, their right to life is gone for your quick option. But a little bit of education and a little bit of a longer route to start with, you can get the same nutrients and avoid being personally responsible for this violation of rights.
That is true. So I like how you said it, like animals have rights like human beings. So if I were to go into a lion's den, right?
Yeah.
Would the lion consider would he consider my own rights?
Do you know lions meet each other lions by sniffing each other's asses?
Yeah.
Would you go around meet other people by sniffing their asses, or would you just say hi?
No. But we are talking about just the food, right?
But what I'm saying is,
okay, go.
you can't take your morality from what a lion would do to you.
Yeah.
You're talking about a different animal, an obligate carnivore who doesn't have moral agency. You got a moral agency, and you're not a lion.
Yeah.
So if we went around sniffing everyone's asses and said, I'm just meeting everyone like this because this is how lions meet each other, people would think that I'm mental. But if I say I'm going to eat all these animals because lions would eat me, people go, yeah, that's fine, because it fits their narrative, right? But you're not a lion. You got Tesco's, you got Sainsbury's, you got options, you got different choices. So I'm saying to you, the moral and ethical thing for us to do is to make a choice that doesn't violate the rights of someone else.
I used to be like a poultry farmer, right? So I used to rear chickens, right? And severally, just a little crack on an egg, right? If you were to be like, because there is like an old tray of eggs, right? And chicken will be inside their cages, right? And just how we've done the cages is like whenever the egg fall off there, whenever they lay eggs and stuff, it just rolls down, right?
Yeah.
So in the process of rolling, sometimes it might just have a little crack, right? And I tell you, if we don't get it soon enough, that chicken will finish the yolk, finish everything, right? And that's just the egg. That's from its own.
You know why? You know why?
Okay, go on.
Do you know why?
Yeah, go on.
When them chickens lay them eggs, all the calcium, the nutrients, the vitamins and the minerals are inside them eggs. They are bred to lay an egg a day, 300 eggs to 315 eggs a year. They should only be doing one a month. The amount of minerals and vitamins drained from their body, their chicken instinctively knows that they need them vitamins and minerals back. We have rescue hens at home, and I take the eggs every day and I throw them on the floor, I feed them back and they eat the whole thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Going back to what you're saying, we were saying about other bears and lions and that, they're going to eat all them. We've established you're not a bear, you're not a lion, you're not a wolf, you're not an obligate carnivore.
That's exactly.
We know you got moral agency.
Good.
You can make decisions. You can make decisions based on your morals.
True.
They're obligate carnivores. They're different to you.
Yeah.
I was also the same as you, raised, conditioned to eating meat. I was also told that Father Christmas was real, and I believed that as well until I was old enough to educate myself enough on whether I agreed with the way that I was brought up.
Fact.
When I got to a certain age of life, I said Father Christmas isn't real, because it's not real. Same as I got to a certain age of life, I looked inside of a slaughterhouse and I said, being part of this, because I'm oppressing another being. Now, put you in the chicken's position, put you in the cow's position. Everything you're saying, would you let that fly?
Yes,
would you be okay with it?
That's the difference, though. I'm no cow, I'm not chicken, though.
But empathize.
That is why, no,
Empathize.
like, my empathy stretches only so long, right? So the thing is, I'm not an animal. There's a reason God made me like, how do I say it? An apex predator, in the sense of I have a higher intelligence. If you were to be put in a survival mode, right? I tell you, 1 month, all this your moral, whatever you're talking about, yeah, it's gone.
Mate,
It's out of the window.
you are not in a survival situation.
Yeah.
You have got decisions where you can make
But
kinder options.
I do love it, though. It's
This
just
is
like-
more truth. This is
Yeah,
more the
exactly,
truth.
exactly.
You're being honest with me when you say that I love it.
Exactly.
And you're saying that I like the taste.
Exactly.
And you're
I do
focusing
love
on you.
Yeah.
And it's easy for you because you're the oppressor. You're the one. You're the
I'm
one.
not an oppressor.
You're an oppressor.
Yeah, I'm
right
an
now.
oppressor because God made me an oppressor. And you know the funny thing, right? The funny thing is, this circle of life, right? If we decide
That's a song, mate. That's a song by Elton John, bro. That's not a real thing.
Yeah, like, okay, but
Alright.
for real, like, let's just use it in this context.
Alright.
So in this circle of life, right?
Yeah.
If a particular apex predator, or if you're a predator and you decide that you don't want to, like, you don't want to oppress a lower animal, you don't want to oppress lower living things, it's gonna affect the ecosystem in a way that it's still gonna come back to affect you. That these plants you're talking about, like, do you know plants are actually living things as well?
Don't, mate. Don't do it.
I mean,
mate, don't. For your own benefit, mate.
No. If
please,
you want to be,
please.
if you want to be technical about
Don't
it,
do this, mate.
If you want to be
you
technical,
seem better than that. Don't be that guy.
No, listen, no.
Don't be that person,
No,
mate.
We can go there. We can go to the
Don't do it.
nitty gritty. Let's get to
All
the
right.
nitty gritty, right?
I tried to help you. I'm warning you that I tried to help you
I
about
want
this.
to hear your part of this.
All right.
I want to hear what you say about
tried
this,
to help.
because, like, at the end of everything, yeah,
All right.
plants is a living thing.
Yes.
So normally they have feelings as well. If you want to know that and a plant
Come
has
on,
a
man.
feeling, yeah, let me tell you
Come
something.
on, mate.
Let me tell you something.
All right.
If you want to know a plant has a feelings, right? Do you know Venus flytraps?
yeah.
Do you know Venus there are several, it's not even just Venus. There are several plants that when you touch it, right, it closes, it reacts to it. There's a reaction to it, right? So that particular reaction is because it's being touched. So personally, at the end of
Watch
everything,
this.
they do
Watch.
have feelings. Well.
iPad.
Yeah.
If I touch it, it lights up.
No, that is.
Should this iPad, is this a sentient living being?
But this one is like this one. We all know this is technology. Technology is different. We're talking about living things.
What you're
Plant is
talking
a
about,
living thing.
they react to stimuli.
Yeah, but
All right.
stimulus is part. Okay, what are the
Hang on, mate.
traits?
100, mate. I love the passion, mate, but I can't get any of my poison.
My bad,
All
my
right.
bad, my bad, my
Right.
bad. Go on.
So we're talking about a reacting to stimuli.
Yeah.
Do you know what sentience means?
Yes.
Right. A plant's sentient.
Yeah.
What do you need to be sentient?
You need to like have a living soul in you or stuff like that. Right?
You need a brain and a central nervous system.
Okay.
Right. Plants don't have brains or central nervous systems, so they're not sentient. They're not emotional. They don't
Yeah.
feel pain. If I walked towards that tree now and I took a knife and stabbed it, it wouldn't move.
Because they
If I
don't.
walked
because
towards
they
the
don't
pigeon,
shout, don't
they'll
mean
run
they-
away.
It's because they don't shout. You don't know if they feel it.
Come
You
on,
can never
mate.
tell. At the end of
I
everything.
thought you'd be
yeah,
better than this, mate. When you
Listen,
sat down,
listen,
you were
if
like,
you
it was
are-
all right. I understood the lions thing. I understood all the things.
No, but for
I
real
didn't
though.
think you were the plants
No,
feel
but
pain
for real
guy.
though, but for real though, like at the end of everything, yeah, when we think about this, right, if you want to be like advocating for animals like chickens or stuff like that,
Right.
I could as well just advocate for plants, because who knows if they are feeling it. Do you know that plants move as well?
Let me give you a scenario. You tell me which one would make you feel worse.
See,
If I took a dog,
Yeah.
and I drug a dog over here in front of you now, I took a knife and I just cut the dog's head off.
Yeah.
Or I took a carrot and I just cut the carrot up.
you know what? It
What's
depends on the
worse?
carrot. It depends on the carrot. If the carrots were like, fixed to a plant, its plant and whatever, you know how them carrot things do. So, sorry, I mean, you know how plants grow, right? So if you were still attached to its normal system, right? There's still the roots there's still everything, and you cut it off. At the end of everything, you are still, you're still taking away from that plant.
You honestly, if
I might be laughing, but to be fair, yeah, I'm saying it because like.
be honest with me. If I dig up a carrot and I
Yeah.
chop a carrot up, that would affect you in the same way that if I dragged a dog over here and cut the dog's head off.
No, we are saying that because like we know dog lives with us and stuff like that, right? I've grown up in this world. I've known dogs. I know we have developed kind of like personal relationship with them and stuff. And
What's the difference? What's the difference with a dog that we give him a Christian name, we put him in our home, and then we put a pig in a gas chamber? But what's the moral difference between a pig and a dog?
I get where you're coming from, in the sense of, like, you know, we feel they have feelings, they stay with us and stuff like that, right? But at the same time, we can't tell like plants if they have feelings as well. That's what I'm coming from. Where I'm coming from is the fact that we can't really tell if plants have feelings like that. We can't tell, dude,
okay,
can we?
So I'm going to steel man your argument, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to say to you, okay, all right, for the argument's sake, plants are sentient, right? Who eats the majority of plants in our world?
Everyone eats plants, innit?
Right.
We eat plants. Animals eat plants.
To help you with this, we breed 80 billion land animals a year. 80 billion land animals a year.
Yeah.
They eat plants. There are 8 billion humans. If you were so concerned with plants and plant sentience, you would also be vegan, because if you're not vegan, the 80 billion land animals eating plants that you care about, you're also paying for them to eat the plants, and then you're killing them as a sentient being to eat them too. So you have the death of the cows, the chickens, the pigs, the lambs, the sheep, and all the plants that they've eaten. Whereas if you were vegan, you'd limit all the plants that the animals have eaten, you'd limit all of the animals that you send to slaughterhouses, and then you'd come back and be vegan. So still, if your plants feel pain...
I take that argument is if you can make animals stop eating plants.
If I can make you stop eating animals, then the animals don't eat the plant.
If I don't eat animals, right? And, you know, animals keep dying naturally, right? Do you know, like, the world will be like, the ecosystem will be like...
You're talking about natural animals. Okay. These animals here I'm talking about, we're breeding into existence.
Okay, so what you are opposed against is like breeding animals.
Exploitation of animals.
Okay, so...
Also for fur, for leather, for wool. I don't think that we should be horse racing. I don't think that animals should be in zoos and aquariums. An animal is a sentient being, and they have the ability to suffer. Therefore, they should have rights protecting them like you have rights protecting you.
So if animals were moral enough, right? If they had enough intelligence to be protected in this sense, right?
What about humans of low intelligence?
Yeah, I mean, humans of low intelligence will still be cognitively, you know, they will still do cognitive stuff. It's just
what if they can't?
Yeah.
Let's say we've got a human being that is literally the same as a cow in every single way.
Yeah.
They can communicate in the same level, they can move in the same level, they have the same energy levels.
Yeah.
Everything about this human is the same as that cow. Can I exploit that human?
I don't think it's possible though. That's it. It's not possible.
For the sake of the argument.
Yeah, because I get what you're saying, but it's just not possible. So let's not, because when we say that, then we are literally just like downgrading humans.
No. What we're doing when we say that, what we're doing is we're giving you the opportunity to say yes, it's okay to do it to humans. But what you're going to say is no, because they're a human. And then I'm going to say, what's the difference between a human and a cow when they're the same? And then you have to come to the realization that there is no difference.
What you can do is just like tell whichever animal you want to protect, find a way to like educate them so they can have their own rights.
So they can only have rights if they can educate themselves.
Yeah, they should, exactly. That's
but if humans aren't intelligent enough to protect themselves, we still have to protect them.
No, we protect our own, right?
If we're stronger than someone, it's okay to oppress them.
I mean, no.
That's what you're saying.
As long as we are all humans, right? As long as we are all humans. Even humans have like hierarchy. Like humans, we can be here lying to each other from morning to night. Yeah. At the end of the day, there's just a social classification and, you know, hierarchy to human beings, right?
We're not trying to say let's give cows and chickens the right to vote. What we're saying is let's give them the right to their life.
Like we might start with this. Next we're gonna say, you know, that dog is just being this one. Dog should not be in the wild anymore. Every dog should have a home. After that, you say dog should be voted the president. Who knows? Like it starts from here. That's how fights for all this rights start. It starts from something little and then it keeps going. So I'm gonna inconvenience myself now because of some animal, and then I'm not gonna enjoy my most delicious food, what I enjoy the most, because of some, you know what I mean?
The honesty is coming back here because it's coming back to you, right? And you're trying all these ways to justify it to make you feel okay about continuing to do it. Your major worry there was that the world would be too compassionate.
It's not like it would be too compassionate. It's just it doesn't end somewhere. There's no line to it. Like
when should we have started? Let's say years ago when women didn't have right, when we had slaves, when it was illegal to be gay, when we couldn't do all these things, should we have continued down that path and said, guys, don't look at these systems, because if we morally evolve and if we do take into consideration the injustices that we're causing these social groups, then we're going to create change. Or do we just continue down an immoral path, thinking, don't look outside of these parameters because we're in danger of change?
I believe personally, morality should be your own personal. I don't think there's like a right morality and a wrong morality. There's no governing body to like, you know, say, okay, this is the moral way to do something. And so morality at the end of it just boils down to individual person, right?
Comes down to your heart, your ethics, what you think.
I feel like most vegans should just like, you know, stick to your way. Try, at the end of everything, you shouldn't. I feel like trying to convince everyone is just like, now you're just like putting your own, you know, your own morality, trying to force it on other people and saying this thing. And I personally think it shouldn't be so.
Would you feel the same about vegans if you were the victim? Let's say you were the victim and I was sat here fighting for your rights. Would you look at vegans then and say, look at these moral warriors trying to be all superior than everybody? If you were the victim, you'd be thinking, fuck, someone's trying to stand up for me.
I never try to be the victim. I never want to be.
No, but you're not a victim. But if you was the victim, empathize. If you was the victim.
So if I was a victim, what do you mean by if I was a victim? So if I was an animal.
At the moment, you're saying like, oh, vegans are pushing their morals on everybody, right? But you can say that because you're in the victim of the you're in the position of the oppressor. If you were the oppressed, if you were the minority group, if you were the animals that the vegans were standing up for a minute, picture yourself as the oppressed. Picture yourself as let's say that you're a male dairy calf in the dairy industry, and you're going to be killed because you don't produce milk. And then you got vegans here who are trying to fight for your rights. Would you look at vegans in the same way and think, oh, look at these guys pushing their agenda when I'm trying to save you from oppression?
But that's the thing though. If I were an animal, I'll probably be like, thank God they won't kill me or stuff like that, But at the end of everything, it's still the circle of life, right?
Vegans are trying to stand up for an oppressed victim. If you were that victim, would you view the person trying to liberate you in the same way? Or would you be grateful they're out there trying to liberate you?
To be fair though, if I was the victim, I would probably not. I would probably be appreciative of it, right?
Of course.
I'll probably be appreciative.
I appreciate your honesty.
Because I'm not the victim and I don't want to ever be the victim.
You just said, I never want to be the victim.
But
there is someone out there with the ability to suffer the same as you who is the victim. And they are the victim because of you. How does that make you feel?
I like where you're bringing this back to, and it still boils down to the beginning of everything, That's still what I'm saying. Like at the end of everything, life has to continue one way, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna eat one way or the other, right? I'm gonna eat, and me personally, eating fruit or like eating just plants enough is not enough for me. It's not enough to sustain me personally because I wanna have enough protein to like, you know, do my daily.
How much protein do you have a day?
Yeah, I don't even see. The thing is, what I'm even saying is, it's not just the protein, right? I love the taste of milk.
This is the truth.
And I've said it already. I've reiterated it. So the thing is, I do love it. I'm not gonna inconvenience myself, right?
Is your taste worth more than their life?
I mean, listen. If it's not a human being, as long as I'm not being carnivorous, and personally, I don't.
What if it was a dog?
I don't eat dogs. Why
don't you eat dogs?
So I'm a Muslim, right? So I'm a Muslim. In Islam, bacon, dogs, and some animals are forbidden. Almighty Allah probably knows why He's done it. Me personally, I don't want to bring this into religion, right? But it's always like God knows the reason He's put some things down.
The Quran, there are so many references and indications towards being vegan in the Quran. For example, the lady who starved her cat and didn't feed her cat was sent to hell. Yet the lady who filled her boot from the well and fed the dog was sent and was rewarded for being kind to the animals. When you look at all vegan food, bar alcohol, it's all halal. None of it's haram. When you look at all the animals that you eat, over 90% of the animals in the UK are factory farms. Factory farming alone is haram. It's nothing but suffering.
You know what, The thing is, God doesn't want us to suffer animals, right? While they are alive, right?
Why does He think that?
At the end of everything, God wants us to eat them.
Does He?
That's why He said, like, if you're gonna kill an animal, make it quick and in a halal way.
Does He say you have to?
Yes, He said we should eat.
It doesn't say you have to. The Quran doesn't say you have to eat animals.
The Quran doesn't say I have to eat plants as well. And Quran
no, of
has
course.
put, the funny
so you
thing,
got a choice.
do you know the Muslim festival, the Eid al-Kabir, right?
Right.
Where they kill rams and stuff, right? Allah told him to like slaughter in his name and stuff like that, right? That was how, that became a tradition. Like, okay, every year and stuff, we have to like kill an animal in praise of Allah and stuff like that. That tradition means I have to kill rams and I have to kill one animal. It doesn't even.
But firstly, that's if I believe I'm not Muslim, so I don't believe the same as you, right?
Exactly.
So this is what your religion.
Yeah.
So let's say I've got a religion.
Yeah, go on.
Let's say that my religion, right, is, I don't know, you call it whatever you like.
Yeah.
But in my religion, I'm allowed to oppress people that wear black puffer jackets. And anyone and in my book, it says on a certain day, on a certain time, anybody who's wearing a black puffer jacket, I can oppress them. Because I'm going to do it in the name of my God, out of respect, and He's told me to do that, so I'm going to do that. For everyone wearing a black puffer jacket on that day, would they be thinking, I'm crazy? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but it's different though, because we are all humans, right? We are all humans at the end of the day, right? So if you decide to like attack or you want to do something to... Listen, there are animals that fight back. There are animals that you say you want to...
But they can't all fight back.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So if you want to like, want to attack people with, puffer jacket and stuff like that, if they attack you back and they get back at you first, listen, do you think there have not, in the past, there have not been people that have been prejudiced against a personal, a particular set of people and stuff? It's always happened. Yeah, it's always happened.
Was that okay?
Yeah. It's not
okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It's not
so now,
okay because we are all human beings.
But the animals, in the ways that matter, animals are the same. In the ways that matter, because they have the desire to live, they have the ability to feel pain.
I don't like the fact that you keep equating animals and humans.
I'm not equating them. Or they don't have to be equal. Exactly. Animals just have to be more than your taste pleasure. They have to be more than your convenience.
Why do they taste good though?
What if humans tasted good? What if dogs tasted good?
No, they don't. I've tasted them in my past life. I was to be fair, I was like a carnivore in my past life, and I tasted them. I didn't like it.
Let me give you this.
Humans don't taste good. I can tell you that for sure.
I want to give you this. I want you to go challenge 22.
Yeah.
All right. Sign up to there, right? Because it's free.
Yeah.
You said one of the biggest things that was stopping you was their lack of education with the proteins.
It's not just protein. I love it.
Right.
Yeah. And
on
personally,
here,
I just told you about my, Islamic belief where I need to like, if I've gotten to a stage, I need to sacrifice an animal to,
You don't need to.
I do need to. It's part of my religion.
But
God wants me to.
But my God said that on that day I'm going to celebrate killing people in puffer jackets.
Listen, if you want to do it, by all means, if that's what is.
Mate,
to be
I appreciate you saying that, mate. I appreciate you saying that.
What I've realized is that, people, at the end of the day, we are set in our own ways, right?
Don't have to be.
Yeah, we are set in our own ways. We can change. We can argue and talk about and try to like reason, But at the end of everything, especially when you've grown past a certain stage, a certain stage in your life, we are all set now. We can all just like, just give each other, pointers as to why we believe this one and respect each other's view. That is the best we can do.
If we don't challenge our moral framework, we would have been set way back. We'd still have slaves. We'd still have no women's rights. We'd still have all these things.
Facts.
We need to change, and we need to challenge our moral framework to then evolve.
I mean, good luck with that, man.
All right, man.
I said it already.
Right,
as long as we can have constructive,
of course.
talk, that's what I like.
Thanks for chatting, mate.
Nah, for real, you've been brilliant.
Have a good day, mate.
What's your YouTube anyway?
It's Melon Steve.